Hey peeps, it's Valentine King again, and this is the next installment of Diatribe. It's November 19th, and it's after the elections here in the United States, the wacky elections with all of the maddening Tea Party specialist bomb nutbugs that ran. But before I get into making an assessment of that, I would like to do a quote, and it's a quote from Voltaire. The quote goes, "It is dangerous to be right when the government is wrong." I feel that's really accurate now because I think America is really completely schizophrenic, and I think it's probably two countries being divided, and the class war is going strong, and the rich are winning. And most poor people don't even recognize that they're in a class war because they are believing the dominant cultural script. And we just had this election, and it was, for the House, it was a landmark. 60 Democrats lost their positions, which apparently hasn't happened in like over 50 years. Lots of Tea Party candidates are now officially members, or will be when they get sworn in February of 2011, members of the United States government. They ran on all kinds of crazy planks, and I'm not joking, I said crazy. They ran on no masturbation. They ran on, they would like to remove the Department of Education. They ran on, they had all types of picadillos, and in their personal background, one of the governors, fortunately he lost, and I mentioned him before in the last diatribe, Palladino. He was known for sending out pornography, but he still ran. But he could run because he was a billionaire. There was lots of slush money coming into the right wing. And I think we're at this stage, and it doesn't even matter whether the money is coming to the right or the left. The money is coming for the rich upper elite in our culture. And that elite is definitely trying to set the agenda for the society. And so they want a unbridled capitalism, which unbridled capitalism is actually a destructive force. And I think if capitalism at its own, if it does everything that it says it's going to do without any moderation, and not moderation, regulation, which whenever you say regulation in America now, it's called, you're called a socialist, which I wish we were. A socialized democracy would be so nice. But in the United States, it's only socialism for the rich. The rich get all the benefits, the rich get all the tax breaks, the rich gets the write-offs, and corporations have more privilege than human beings. Racism is running amok, and it manifests its head in different ways. It's like a seven-headed hydra. One of the things it manifests itself about is immigration, and immigration is synonymous with being Mexican, a Mexican immigrant. And so we don't look at immigration as the illegal Germans or Dutch or Canadians in the States. We only look at the illegal Mexicans in the state. Another way that I think racism manifested its head this week was the current president, Barack Obama, wanted to host a luncheon for the incoming freshman Congress people and senators and invited them to the White House, and no one showed up. No one. Not a joke. First time in history. Usually, if you hold the office of the president and the president requests your presence, you change your plans and you show up. No one in this incoming freshman Congress showed up. They came up with various different excuses and plans, but no one showed up. So I don't know what that is, so you can figure out what it is. You know, maybe he has 3 eyes or a fried egg on his forehead. Or like Kermit said, his heart being green, you know. So he didn't show up. So they didn't show up. So what else is going on? So this is a shout out to the people within our culture, the other citizens of America, that we are going to have to really pay attention and look for things that are working, that are benefiting the culture and the society, and to make that public, to somehow find platforms to get that information out. Because the government, for multitudinal reasons, is not working. And I'm tired of this term that the Republican Party uses and the Democratic Party keeps falling into: compromise. Republicans have no desire to compromise whatsoever. Most of them. I believe pretty much all of them. What they want is capitulation. And they seem to be quite capable of getting it, because Democrats are really coming across weak. I understand and realize that the Obama administration has done through which I actually think through the Herculean efforts of Nancy Pelosi to get a lot of bills passed. Apparently, this particular Congress has done a lot of work that most Congress haven't done in 40 years. Although that has happened, you really need to let the public know. Your ability to inform America what your accomplishments are is pathetic. You need to really think outside of the box. This administration needs to think outside of the box. This administration needs to stop accepting the script. And we, the people, and I'm talking about all the people, really need to understand and know that you have our back, or you are in support of us. We don't get that. It's not coming across. I, as a progressive lefty, it does not register. They keep calling you a lefty. They keep meaning that President Obama's called a lefty. If only he were, that would be wonderful. The country could not be worse off. We really are, I feel as though, in a crisis situation, and I really think the fallout of Wall Street has taken us down the rabbit hole. You know what I mean? We are in the matrix. We took the wrong damn pill. You know, it's like we're in trouble, and we get it. And I'm tired also of politicians thinking that we can't deal with complexity as a people. If you could just be truthful, if Bill Maher can explain it and break it down, maybe you need to hire some comedians to be your staff writers to plug your message. If Bill Maher can get it, if Jon Stewart can get it, you know what I mean, can explain the situation of what's occurring. Actually, Rachel Maddow is pretty effective in, shout out to Rachel Maddow, love those graphs, love them. If she can effectively communicate information, I don't understand your process or why you're not doing it. Also, there were certain people who I expected to be a part of your cabinet, part of your administration. And when I say certain people, I'm talking about progressives that you have not put in any position of power. And you have, to me, like the same generic folks. I don't see qualitative change. And that we really need some qualitative change. And so you need to get heroic or something. You need to pay FDR a little more attention and you know, put Lincoln aside, you know, because FDR came on with it. You may need to get some muscle and get some LBJ, you know, and bring it. Because we really, as a culture and as a society, really need you to draw a line in the sand. And as George Soros said the other day, he's used to fighting losing battles, but he likes to put up a fight. And Mr. Obama, President Obama, it doesn't seem like you're putting up a fight. And I am so over the term compromise. Y'all really have backed yourself in this little stupid hole talking about compromise. You know what I mean? And because it's not about compromise with Republicans, it's capitulation, and you keep capitulating. If they're going to do it, if they're going to take it, make them take it. Knock you out or knock it out. Another thing that I would like to mention is the reality of trying to fix the budget. I know you could fix the budget if you did something about how much money goes towards war and the Pentagon. You know, I think if you put some of that money towards innovation, towards education, and towards infrastructure, you know, jobs will be created. And so I think American public really needs to get off the wagon or whatever and really start pushing their politicians to make them cut the money funded for the military. Because our military, I'm understanding, spends more money than the next 24 countries combined. And the 23 of those 24 countries are friends of ours. So we spend more money than anybody else in the world. And technically what you are doing is getting played by the military corporations, you know what I mean? They're like your crack person, and you know, and they're just getting away with ripping us off as a culture and a society. So could you get us off of the military crack pipe? You know, I really appreciate it if you could get us off of that, you know, because I mean, I can't, the effort to do what is right, I know is a Herculean effort, but it's time. I as a citizen are asking other citizens to contact Congress and the Senate to have them make a real cut in the military budget. Another thing is, I want to put this out there, there needs to be a Secretary of Peace. Just like we had a Secretary of Defense, we need someone that is a part of the upper level administration that is a Secretary of Peace who assesses and evaluates and wants to bring to the table at least the discussion what peace would look like, to help prevent us from just jumping into propaganda, the wars of convenience, because apparently